Let's be real. The internet is real loud right now. Everybody's posting, everybody's selling, everybody's telling you that they have the answer. So here's the question. In a crowded market like this, how do you get people to find you, trust you, and actually buy from you without you feeling like you have to scream over the rooftop for them to notice you? Well, in this episode of Mind the Business, I'm going to break down exactly how to do that. And when you get this part right, you won't have to chase clients because they'll come chasing after you. But first, I want to take you back to a moment that I actually realized this question was the difference between me staying stuck and actually being more in demand. So I remember being in that post more hope for the best stage, and I was creating content, but I still felt invisible because people will like my posts and comment on my posts, but when they got to the opt-in page on my funnel, they wouldn't opt in. Or if they did opt in, they wouldn't book a call. And there were very few people who actually booked the call. And so I saw this as very inconsistent for me. And I was like, bro, what's really going on? Why am I in this predicament? And it wasn't until I actually stepped back and I asked myself, if I landed on my own page for the first time, would I even know why I should actually stick around? That was the time that I actually realized that the issue wasn't my effort. It was the clarity, the positioning, and the trust. Let me break this down for you on what I actually learned, because if you could get this right now, you won't have to chase clients or customers because they'll actually come to you. In a crowded market, nobody has the energy nor the time to try to figure you out. You either have the shortest path to their destination or their desired result, or they're going to keep scrolling. It's like, if you don't have what I need, I'm going to keep going. For me, that was me simplifying my message so that people saw exactly what I could actually help them achieve and help them fast. So here's what it looks like to actually put this into practice, right? You have to lead with their win first, not your resume, not how many degrees you got. Lead with their win first, because that's the number one thing that they actually care about. You have to also remove the unnecessary steps so that way they can actually see the result faster. And then also package that up into a simple, repeatable framework that they can actually remember. Every time you listen to somebody or one of your coaches or one of your favorite people that you see on YouTube, they always say the same thing. Why? If they can't see the result, they're not going to click on your stuff if they don't see the win. If somebody landed on your page, your Instagram, your funnel, whatever the case may be, if they landed on your page right now for the first time, would they instantly know what you actually helped them achieve? If you can't confidently say yes, then we got some tweaking to do. Because if you sound like everybody else, you're going to disappear. If you sound like everybody else in terms of your messaging, in terms of your offer, you're going to disappear into the crowd. That's not where we want to be. Like, I found out when I stopped trying to sound professional and started sounding like myself, people actually connected with me more, and not just with my content, but like really with me. So realistically, this looks like niching down so that way, you have to niche down so hard to where your name actually gets connected to a specific transformation. Because some people want to be known for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when you only need to be known for one thing first. You also have to speak into your audience's language, not the marketing or the expert jargon or the words that we use in the industry, but the exact words that the audience use, because that's how they describe their own pain. So if you can't speak in their language of knowing how they speak about their pain and why they should actually get help for it, guess what? You won't be able to get that client, because the best way to do it is to feel like that you're in their head. And so you also have to anchor your content with like personal elements. So things that actually make you relatable and more memorable. So how can people actually remember you? You can't dominate the market if you continue to blend into it. So think about the last 5 creators that you followed. Why did you follow them? Chances are it wasn't because they had great tips. It was probably because they actually stood out. And that's the thing that you need to do, stand out. So here's what I've actually learned also. People buy emotionally and then justify it logically. And then they trust people that they feel close to, even if they've never met that person. That means that your content has to scale intimately. You have to speak to them emotionally. How? How do you do that? You have to show them the behind the scenes and not just your finished product. Like teaching from like your experience instead of, the things that you just read, because people know when you are actually just speaking from somebody else's experience. They want to know, how did you get through it? How did you actually get to this point? And how can you actually help me? That's where you actually create that me too moment for them, where your audience actually feels understood. Because when you're able to relate to your clients or your customers or your audience, and they say, dang, you went through the same thing that I went through, I understand where you're coming from. Because truly and honestly, one of the clients that I was working with, I was helping her with her positioning, and like the thing that she wanted to accomplish was to get better with her offer. But the one thing that I actually realized was her initial problem wasn't the thing that she actually had the problem with. It was more so of her identity. And so once I actually started peeling back the layers of showing her how this actually leads into her offer, I started speaking her language and showing her, okay, why should people actually come to you for this specific solution? And then when I started telling her, this is what it is, she was like, oh, you definitely right. How you know that? I'm like, because I've been through this. This is something that I've lived. And this is how I actually overcame to where now this is part of the reason why you actually clicked on my ad or you clicked on my content to book a call. So I share, you have to share a win and lesson so that they can see, you know, the human side of you, not the person that's on the pedestal, because people want to relate to you and feel like that they can come talk to you. If you're not relatable and people can't come talk to you, they won't click because they feel like you're too far away. Your humanity is your hook, and your consistency is how you actually close. And so here's the answer to the question. If you want people to find you, trust you, and buy from you, even in a crowded market, you have to be the shortcut that they can't ignore. You have to break the sea of sameness that you won't be forgettable. You have to be unforgettable. And then you also have to build that know, like, and trust factor at scale. So that way, when they're ready to buy, you're at the top of their mind and tip of tongue. And so that way, when they're ready to buy, they come to you first because now they're ready, because you've built that relationship, you've built that trust with them. So that way now they can say, oh my God, I'm ready. I got the money. Let me go ahead and get this help. Let me go ahead and engage with this person. Right. So when you actually do this and you stop chasing clients or you stop chasing customers and you start attracting them. Because here's the thing that I had to learn. I had to learn everything that you chase is already running away from you. I had to learn that the hard way. When you chase things, that's when you have to realize that the thing that you're chasing is running away from you. You have to be like a magnet and actually attract them. And you can only attract things that's actually in your essence, right? People who are messy, they attract more messy people, but successful people only attract more successful people. Now granted, you do have some people that's not successful that are attracted to, but more of the same. You only attract what you're actually like. And once you actually have the attention and the trust of your audience, the next step is actually knowing how to turn that into actual consistent revenue without actually burning out and having to post on social media 24/7, meaning that you have to be on every platform in order to get people's attention. And so I'm going to break that down in another video, but you know, check out this video right here just to get some more value. See you in the next one.